I'm Sean Martin. I'm a live looper. I'm a musician on the Gold Coast. I'm a jack of all trades, so I'm not really a singer. I'm not really a guitarist. I'm not really a drummer. But I kind of put them all together like paint on a painting. I started in music as kind of an accident. I came over here when I was 17 to see if I could kind of make my way in the world. I started playing music with a busker in the streets of Surfers Paradise, and I knew maybe one or two songs and probably 4 chords max, and we kind of pushed through that with bottles of vodka. We kind of went on these adventures and just played to really drunk people while we were really drunk, and then through that it's a weird journey. I formed an addiction to both the act of drinking and playing music on the street, and then eventually becoming better, and then in my spare time learning more, because there's a insecurity of being like, I'm a horrible singer, I'm a horrible guitarist, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just drunk. I want to be a little bit better than that. This process kind of took 3 years, and by the end of that 3 years I was completely sober, and I had a 4-hour repertoire and was collaborating with other buskers, and then from there's a natural progression to playing gigs. So I would say I've always had an interest in music, but never the belief that I could do anything with it. So yeah, I drunkenly stumbled into it, and now it's my career. So the way I write a song changes from time to time, where either I get the lyrics in my head or I get the beat and the melody in my head. Often in writing a song, I start with the chorus. I play around with the idea and the feeling of the melody that I hear, and then certain words come out in a pattern, and then I hold on to that pattern and label it as the chorus, and then write around that for the verses. And then from there you can add more stuff like the bass line and synths and background sounds and texture. So the struggles, I guess, maybe that comes down to mental health. Like, my main struggle is that anxiety and the insecurity and the depression and the being introverted. And when it comes to connections and finance and inspiration, if there is a struggle or a hurdle in those senses, they can be fixed, but your mental state is what actively affects every song and your motivation to keep performing. Maybe the alcohol had something to do with it, but it gave me a voice. I've always been very quiet growing up in tough circumstances, but music is like a different realm where these days I can comfortably enter the flow state where you're no longer thinking about what your body is doing, but you get into this kind of conscious state with music where you're expressing in an abstract way, like by the cadence of your voice to the synchronization with your instrument and with loops and effects and everything. Once that's background, it's almost like a drug. Like, you can't experience that kind of mental state outside of music without drugs, I don't think. Mick Jagger says the moment that you stop feeling scared of getting on stage is the moment that you should quit music, because you no longer have a reason to do it, which gives me reassurance that even the greatest musicians that you see performing on stage in front of tens of thousands or millions of people, they are really scared. It kind of makes me relax in the sense that it's a human experience. You can find comfort in knowing that every single other person on the planet goes through the same feeling.